Hey everyone, my name is Neil. This is Real Terrain Hobbies, and in this video, we're gonna continue on with the monumental task of creating the Shire from Lord of the Rings on a 28mm scale to create the most beautiful wargaming board you've ever laid eyes on. This project has been sponsored by Woodland Scenics. Alright, so this is a continuation of a massive Lord of the Rings Shire wargaming board. We've got two videos out already, the first one being a really fascinating and in-depth look at how I made these guys in various modeling programs. These are really highly detailed, generic halfling homes. So these are generic halfling homes that I've been designing and I'm repurposing for this project as Hobbit Holes. So make sure to go check that video out if you haven't done so already. And I think you're really gonna enjoy seeing what goes into making something like this. So make sure you stick around to the end. I got something big, really big planned for these, and I need your input on that. And there's gonna be details at the end on how you can provide that. But this is easily the most complex and the most involved and the craziest project that I've done to date. This is a Lord of the Rings Shire. I'm making the Shire, which is a mammoth task to do right. We're going to be making what's essentially a mini diorama on each and every one of these. All right, we've got a freaking huge wargaming board to make. You ready? Let's do it. This video is sponsored by Woodland Scenics. All right, before we do anything more with these boards, I just want to do one quick test. So there's a few of you wargamers were kind of skeptical of the Woodland Scenics system. So the honeycomb support panels as well as the shaper sheet and the plaster on top of that. There's some concern whether that would hold up against rugged gameplay. So I'm going to do a little bit of a press test on here. Lean test. Okay, I'm going to put a hand on each right in the middle where it's the weakest. So let's see if we can do some push-ups on here. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of crackling, but ooh, this one is getting more springy over here. All right, so this guy right here has got a lot of springiness to it. Yeah, really, I'm putting a ton of weight on these things. Who's gonna be actually doing this to one of these boards? We'll see how stiff we can get this after we put on more plaster, and then on top of that, we're gonna be Mod Podging everything. There were some questions, but I'm really confident that this is a really strong and sturdy, durable system, and lightweight as heck. And yeah, so let's get busy. Okay, I got all our pathways drawn on here, and I did that for a specific reason. I need them there to know where the majority of the gameplay are going to be taking place, which is on these paths. And you got to be able to have minis sitting on these things. So as you can see, there's some spots here where they don't like to. We're going to be adding in some flatter areas for some stairs. For that, I'm going to be using this stuff right here. This is just foam core that you can peel off the paper on either side, break up a whole bunch of these little guys. We're going to use some sculpt mold and these little foam core pieces and build up our staircase. before we move any further with this project, we got to give a massive shout out to this video sponsor, as well as this entire project sponsor, and that is Woodland Scenics. So obviously Woodland Scenics has supplied absolutely everything that I need for this project. So if you haven't figured out yet who they are and what they sell scenic supplies for making terrain. They're your one-stop shop when it comes to building the ultimate wargaming table, diorama, or model railroad set. They'll have absolutely everything you need for making an epic, realistic piece of terrain. So check out the links below. I've got a list of all the products that I used for this project, and you can click on those. Those are affiliate links, so they do help me and the channel out. So make sure you go check out Woodland Scenics using the links below, and you can actually check out my website. It has a whole range of Woodland Scenic supplies on my shop page. And also be sure to go send them some love and give them a follow on their Instagram. So as far as playability goes, we got 3 boards. 2 are fairly similar, where the pathways cross up the sides, cross again, up the sides, cross again, and up the sides again. So this board is very similar to this one, same type of deal. And then we got Bilbo's board here. So his is going to be, the main path is going to be up the middle. If you want to get up here on on this board, you just got to go up the side here to get there. And I think playability wise, this is going to be really good. That was my goal. Really playable and look good. So we're mostly done with the land now. I just got to add some cobblestone in front of the Hobbit Holes. Yeah, so that'll be it. Then we can start putting out the ground texture and make these things come to life. Come forth and live. Okay, so we got the clay cobblestone down now, and now it's time to throw some Mod Podge on top of that. Gonna Mod Podge that, then we're gonna paint the cobblestone and the steps wherever there's gonna be some stone, and then it's gonna be on to doing the pathways and the grout and doing all the ground texturing, which is the most exciting because then all this white goes away and we can see life. Okay, got the priming done. Now we can move, oh, and the Mod Podge done. Now we can move on to our pathways. I'm going to use this haystack color. It's basically kind of a light sand color on all the pathways. And then we'll go with the darker brown and some grays and things like that in various areas. And then it's on to the flocking. So, yeah, let's get some grout onto the tables. big transformation here. We got the flocking down, we got the grout down, we got a base layer of gray on all the pathways. But now we're going to be adding some static grass, which is one of my favorite things to add because it just adds so much realism to everything. I know it's not the best thing for a wargaming board, but we're going to be placing it strategically to help with playability. Also smaller stuff that you can put minis on top of. We won't go super tall everywhere. Of course, we're going to be using the Woodland Scenic static grasses. Basically, they got 4 colors: dark, medium, and light green, and then as well as a straw. So we're going to be using the Woodland Scenic static grass along with their amazing static grass applicator, which is this guy. Now, full disclosure, this is the only static grass applicator I've used, but my impression is it's a super high quality piece. It's very robust and durable. Like, it feels that there's weight to it. There's a rubber grip. So Woodland Scenic sent this to me a while back, but along with all this other product that they sent me a second static grass applicator, which is, where did I put it? I just had it here. Come on. Where did you go, Mr. Applicator? Oh, here it is. I knew it was close by. So they sent me a second one. This guy right here still got some plastic on it. And I'm going to be giving this away to you guys, along with a bunch of these static grasses to go with it. So if you want in on a chance to win this guy, this is exclusive to my patrons. All you got to do is become a patron. I believe it's the $2 tier and up, have access to these contests. We just wrapped up one big contest. A big congratulations to Darcy for winning. It's this massive prize pack right here. I forget the total value of this, but I'll have it on the screen just below here. Free shipping. I shipped this out to you guys, so big congratulations to Darcy. All these Woodland Scenics products. We're going to be doing a new contest every 2 months. There's going to be so many chances for you to win some amazing prize packages. And if you want into that, head over to the Patreon, the $2 tier and up, and get on these competitions inside the Patreon Discord. So yeah, it's time to throw down some grass. Alright, so first layer of static grass is down. I use a 7mm medium green. I like the 7mm just because it kind of adds like kind of a tall weed effect that you see. We've spit it out! Spit it out! I live out in the prairies in the middle of nowhere, and you get lots of tall grasses, and that's kind of what you get here as well. So now we're moving on to the Hobbit Holes, and this is a big job. Basically, these are going to be mini dioramas. We're going to make them nice and detailed. Speaking of the Hobbit Holes, so if you've been following, as you've seen earlier, I've designed halfling homes, highly detailed. The texturing in here, I went really crazy on the wood texturing, the stone, to make these as realistic and high quality pieces from any of the other 3D printing companies out there. I tried to at least match, if not go beyond, what I've seen in detail on terrain. So as I said earlier, I need your input about these guys. So these are some generic halfling homes, but I was only planning on putting these up on my website just to sell there. But it occurred to me, why not make a whole entire Kickstarter out of these guys? And we can do a lot with the Kickstarter stretch goals. If the funding is there and if there's enough interest there, we can go beyond just these facades. So we're talking roofs, walls, making these things into actual buildings All depends on what kind of support, and these will of course be stretch goals. I don't want to dive into a whole entire Kickstarter without knowing there's enough interest, because setting up a Kickstarter is a ton of work. If you're interested, click in the link below, and if I see there's enough interest coming in that way, well then, I guess we'll be going full on Kickstarter. So make sure you do that. I'll be asking for your email, but I'm not going to be spamming or anything like that. The email is there. Basically, when things go live, I can let you know that things are going live, and that's about it. I'm not going to be pestering you and spamming you with a whole bunch of trash junk mail. So yeah. Now, if you want more updates like that, as well as getting into, I think it's going to be bi-monthly competitions for my patrons on the Discord server. And if you want to get a chance to win this brand new Woodland Scenic Static King, in my opinion, a very, very high quality tool to have in your arsenal. If you want to get in on this, plus a bunch of static grass to go along with it, we might even have it so if you already have a static grass applicator and you happen to win the competition, I'll be putting a separate package in, probably another one just like the last, with all the Woodland Scenics products in there. These prize packs aren't just going to be from Woodland Scenics, they'll be from various brands and companies that are helping out with that and donating for that. Pretty impressive prizes in there, and not only that, you get to be helping the channel at the same time. Big thank you to all my patrons who are supporting this channel and supporting this amazing, crazy endeavor, building up real terrain hobbies. And if you want to be a part of that, that would be amazing. But yeah, thank you to all you amazing patrons. I love you guys, and big thank you to you. Now it's time to get on those Hobbit holes and transform this. This is still very basic, very basic. The transformation is going to be huge. So make sure you subscribe. If you're not, hit the notification bell. There's one more video coming, and it's going to be an epic one.